Hey coding owls, welcome back to the channel. This video we are going to talk about practical 6 and 7 in the YCMOU Java core Java practical series. And if you can see 6 and 7, they both are basically wrapper class and primitive type questions. So we'll cover this all three examples in a single video today. Before we start writing the codes, it is better we understand a bit of the theoretical knowledge behind wrapper class and primitives. So when you type byte b or int I is equal to 10, we call that as a primitive. See, this is how you write a primitive variable. But when every Java primitive have a wrapper class. So in Java, it is not allowed to have a primitive type. It has to be converted into the wrapper. The process is called as boxing unboxing. And we do that behind the picture. So what is happening here is we every time you write int I is equal to 10 in your Java code, in backend it is getting converted to integer I is equal to new integer, which is what we call as a wrapper class. So here we are going to convert our primitive to wrapper to string, and from a string we are going to, so if you see the questions, we have got a string of 25. We need to convert to primitive as well as wrapper. So there are certain, for example, every wrapper have constructors which take the string as well as the primitive as their inputs. So for example, if I want to convert this primitive variable into a wrapper, how will I do? I will just simply say integer I is equal to new integer of 10, whatever it is, and it will get converted from primitive to wrapper. And if I want to convert from a wrapper to a string, I will just call toString method. And so toString is basically a common function available in java.lang.object. You can see on the screen I have given the pointer from where you can check it out. And from string, if you want to convert it into a wrapper or you want to convert it into a primitive, they are quite straightforward functions. So now let's jump into this and start. So in my VS Code now, I am going to write first practical, that is primitive and wrapper.java file. So here we can simply do what? Let's see, main. So in main, I have got string s is equal to 25, and the aim is to convert this string variable into a primitive as well as a wrapper. So let's first convert into a wrapper. So I can simply say integer I is equal to new integer of s, and it will convert my string. Okay, this seems to be deprecated. Okay, so this has been deprecated since version 9 and it has been marked for removal. So in further cases it will be removed, but because your practical has it, you will have this go by this way itself. And so this will convert. So this I is primitive. So if I say system.out.println string was s, whereas your output will be exactly same. There is nothing we can do about that. And then we have got wrapper, that is I. And now they also say that we want to convert this s into primitive type directly. So I can also say int I p, which is in primitive, is equal to. So there is a static method in integer which takes string as an input. So integer dot, it converts the string and give us a primitive value. So here if I say system.out.println primitive, which is IP. Okay, and if I run this now, Java. First, we need to shift from PowerShell to command prompt. I prefer command prompt. Let's say practical 6, and now Java C. Yeah, that's a warning, so no need to worry about that. And now if you run this, see, string is 25, wrapper is 25, primitive is 25, but they all are different. This is the string value, this is a wrapper integer, and this is a primitive value. So the next practical 6.2 requires us to convert a binary string 110011 to a decimal value. Let's see how we can do that. So for that we'll be using parse. Moving back again. So here let's call it as decimal to, or binary to decimal dot java file. Here simply what we can do is main, inside main Let's say my string binary value is 110011. So I can do what? Int I is equal to, and we have got integer dot parse int, and integer dot parse int have an overloaded method which is binary, and it provides us to give a radix. Now radix is what? Because we are converting this into a decimal value, we will pass the value as 2. So let's print this out. I'll say binary is this is string, and then we have got decimal value has to be. So as we are converting from the binary, we want it converted into an integer. So let's see what I get here. If I say Java C binary to decimal and Java binary to decimal. So 110011, I got the decimal value of 51. So 51 in binary is nothing but 110011. So we have got a perfect answer there. So this is your practical 6 series, and let's create one more folder which way where we'll write for 7 as well. So we'll create quickly the practical 7. Let's see the question for 7. Write a Java program to convert 59 to primitive float without using the constructor of a float. It's very simple. Simple example. String to primitive.java file, and what we do here is again write main method, and we say string s is equal to, let's say, 59, whatever number it is. Then we want to convert it into a float primitive, so output should be float f without using constructors. I'll stick to my method called as what? Parse float this time. And you can see these are one of very simple practicals. Yeah, this one, float f, float value is plus f, it will convert it into 59.00. Java C string to primitive, Java string to primitive, and you can see it's converted into 59.0. So this was your practical 6 and 7 series, and I would request you to please subscribe to the channel. I've seen 80% of people who watch the videos are returning but not subscribing. Please do subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and source code will be in the description.